Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. Today I am just playing along with 100 Pattern Paper Challenge. This is one of the fall layouts that when I went through my pattern papers that I knew I had several of layouts to do for some fall events from last year. Obviously, from 2024, and then I still have all of our fall pictures from 2025 to do. So, you might get a revisit from some of these papers and scraps here later on in the year, depending on, when I get to that point. But these pictures are documenting Cody with his dad and other grandparents, and they were at the pumpkin patch and doing some fun fall events. So just thought I would add some of that to his scrapbook here. And doing some paper tearing that originally I was trying to fit all my pictures within that pre-designed frame area, and I pretty much do, but you kind of lose the frame once the final layout is completed, but that's okay. I actually love how this design turned out. And I actually got multiple papers out of the 100 pattern paper challenge here. So here I pulled out another one of the papers, and I'm using it to mat my photos. And as you can see, that I wanted them all to meet in the four corners in the middle, and so I have to trim this wide, and then I have to go back in and trim the little sections out that I want to where I want to cut out the pattern paper. So here you can see that I just use my small guillotine and only go in as far as the picture, still leaving that little mat. That on a few of them I do end up using my scissors, that it just sometimes I need to go in just to finish the cut, so I make sure that I don't cut my picture, but that most of the trim is straight and not wonky if I was using my scissors, because that's kind of how it goes. I'm not very straight with when I cut with my scissors. So there you go. I've got my photos matted. And here is where I come in with, I think I had mentioned in my last video that I had received the color swatch. I think it was Grove. I don't know if there was something else with that. But this green yellow color, I struggle to use it. But somehow I actually love how these layouts did turn out. But I did make it a mission to try and use as much of the rub-ons as I could. So I did manage to use the entire sheet of these, what do you call them, like color swatches, paint swatches, things like that. So I pretty much just used them all around the outside of the photo clusters, and just as some additional light texture on the background. So just getting all of those rubbed on. I don't know about you, but I do love the 49 Market rub-ons. So these particular ones, though, that you saw me use the Teflon tool or whatever it is that they used to have in their rub-ons when they sold them, that I don't think they sell them anymore with a stick or anything, which is fine. That I've got a whole bunch of those sticks in my drawer, so if I ever lose one, that I just pull out another one. So, but I did have to use the end of my tweezers as I started to pull up the rub-ons, just to make sure that it was all down. And so here you saw that the strips that I tore off the top, that I ended up putting back at the top and the bottom, with just a little space in between, just to give some additional interest from top to bottom to the layout as well. So then I went through my terracotta and pulled out some flowers. And here you can see me using my trick of putting glue on the back of my hand and then just dipping my alphabet letters into the glue. And as far as for the tile letters, that word says fall, I did put them onto a tiny piece of paper and then just cut around the letters, and that just allows me to move them around as one single piece. And then here I had a couple little bits and pieces from the terracotta rub-ons, and so I'm adding that on as well in a couple different places, and continuing to add in some flowers all around this design, as well as some leaves. And let's see, what else are we doing? Of course, I made this earlier this weekend, and now I'm just voicing it, and it'll post in a couple of days. So, everything I'm talking about will be irrelevant at that point, time-wise. I never know when I'm going to be posting my videos sometimes, so I try not to say, oh, happy this holiday or happy that. Just happy every day. Okay, so here I decided to use the Citron color in the Distress Spritz. And here is the final layout. So if you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below. We'll have a Facebook link to the 100 pattern paper challenge if you are interested in checking that out. And thank you for watching. We will see you next time. Bye.